Sound check. Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, Rob.
Let me see
Good
here if I can get
morning.
this.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's way early here out in the West Coast, so
Oh, geez.
I look like a talking head in the dark.
Like a Halloween scene.
Exactly. So I wanted to kind of just circle back on exactly what's our team saying specifically about these changes, and are we listening to and coaching them? Because Glenn says accountability is love, and I think inspecting what you expect is also another form of love. Because if we close our eyes and hope that they're doing the right thing, or if we told them what to do and we don't inspect it, my suspicion is that we might be disappointed or surprised in a unfavorable way. So my question is, I mean, I see Ron, you're on this morning. How tightly are you listening to, what your son's saying and paying attention to that in this change?
Well, I'm training all the agents anyway. We past 3 weeks, we've been going through everything, but Brian is adapting to it. And he had a buyer on Saturday that he explained the new law to them. A lot of people seem kind of confused with it. They don't know, what it's all about. So we have to
All right.
kind of explain to them.
Well, I'm going to say this, Ron. A lot of agents are confused about it as well, and I think a lot more team members are confused. And sometimes I have a hard time putting in words, what my real feelings are. But I feel that we need to play offense with this change. And I also feel that, we are not an industry that is overpaid. We might be underskilled, but we're not overpaid. And I think agents, in the vast majority of cases, are afraid to engage clients and consumers with what's going on. And I think that's something that, the whole universe of agents can be out there. But as team leaders, we just need to make sure that our tribe is well skilled and prepared to answer any of these questions, and to explain what's going on. So, I know all of you are taking the time to explain it to your team members, but I don't know how we're inspecting what they're doing, right? If you have a team of more than four, if you have more than four on your team, I'll bet you statistically one of those four people is really flubbing it, and they're ashamed or embarrassed to come to you and ask you about it. Or maybe their skill set or their comfort zone is working with repeat clients who just, follow whatever they do. But when they get a consumer that, hey, tell me what's happening here. Why do I have to do this? You're going to wind up with resistance, and you're going to wind up with trouble.
That's why
Okay.
role playing is so important.
I mean, we had a case where somebody didn't get all the right paperwork signed. Like they both agents in two of our offices in New Jersey had the disclosed dual agent when it arises, but the contract slipped through. It was a different office, same, Remax Select, different office. The contract didn't say that they were acting as a disclosed dual agent. Now there's resistance on paying the commission. Okay. In all the years I've had, normally we just say, hey, we made a typo. Can you re-sign this and get it done? Now we have somebody saying, well, why do I want to pay that other person? And this is a case of sloppy paperwork, but it's probably also sloppy mindset. All right. I don't know where that's going to land, but it's a 2.5% on a $600,000 deal where the owner said, I don't want to pay it because I didn't know that I was going to be paying it if I didn't know it was a dual agent case.
Yeah, I think it's how you explain it to them. I think that you know, a lot of them think that they don't have to pay a commission anymore, so.
So,
Um,
so Ron, it is how you explain it. But the question is, you know, when you're not watching, what's happening with our team members? And
yeah,
maybe even more so, Ron, with your students in your case, you know, everybody gets it when, you know, it doesn't count,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, Patrick, how, or Chopper, like you guys have a pretty robust team. Like, how do you feel that, you know, your team is skilled to address it and play offense versus defense on this?
Well, we always go third person, so we blame it on Murphy, we blame it on Nar, we blame it on you know, and say that it's a requirement, it's not us. We try to act empathetic and sympathetic to explain it to the buyer's agent. But on the listing side, it's given me an opportunity to get a larger fee because and by the way, 1 out of 5 of my seller clients even heard about the settlement. So a lot of times you just glaze it over. I was with a gentleman on Saturday. He had just sold a place in Florida, so he's like, so we have to give X amount to the buyer side. Yeah, if you want, that'll enhance your situation. Um, but yeah, our guys, we've been doing a lot of role playing. I know Glenn's been doing a lot of role playing. So you know, the public doesn't know what the public doesn't know. As I like to quote our friend from KCM, today's headlines are to terrify, not to clarify. But they've had some pushback, but we try not to be so aggressive on them. Just, be a little bit more compassionate and say, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. Like Dan Murphy, blah, blah, blah.
So for those of you not in New Jersey, Murphy's our esteemed governor here who took these regulations and upped it like 150%, right? Right there, Chopper.
Yeah, he's the polar opposite of Ron DeSantis. He's
Yeah.
on, he's on the other coast, so to speak.
So Chopper, here's one of my concerns is that all these rules have gone into effect. You know, these lawyers have they made bank on this. And if we don't have all of our paperwork and our processes synchronized, they might come for round 2. They might say, hey, we set the rules up now. Now you're not complying completely. Like everybody on this call understands it, but you know, you as team leaders have exposure, and then I have exposure as the broker owner to any of the actions that we do. So, you know, if they don't understand